Hello, everyone, and welcome to our special series for students, Mission College Admission. With the UGC issuing deadlines for college admissions, we today speak with Dr. Pushpender Singh on issues that concern students as they zero in on their dream courses in various colleges. Professor Pushpender Singh holds a PhD in mobile computing from the prestigious Indra Rennes Research Center in France and is currently working as the Dean of Academic Affairs at Triple IIT Delhi. In this discussion, Dr. Singh will be addressing wide ranging issues concerning students as they embark on a career defining path with the choice of their subjects and colleges. Professor Singh, welcome to the show. I know
Thank,
this is a very busy time for you, so thank you for speaking to us.
thank you. It's a pleasure.
There's a lot of confusion among students this time around with the CBSE and IB results being declared without exams. How do you think this will affect the admission process this year?
So we are basically waiting for the government to come out with the scheme. It has already given the scheme in press. So essentially, we will just rely on how the government computes the 12th marks. So the formula that they have chosen, that's fine with us. And
That's
whatever
30,
marks
30, 60.
yes, so whatever marks they will assign as the 12th marks of a person, we will just take that as an input. So we will not change anything from our side.
Professor, for many courses, including BTech, especially computer science and social sciences, you usually ask for the class 12
Yes.
marks, but now since also like generally CBSE students say 11th mein kaun padta hai, so now since they're going to be looking at the class 10th 9th marks also, would you change anything about it or just go as per whatever the total aggregate becomes?
So far there are no plans of changing. Like we said that we will just take it as an input, whatever formula government uses and assigns the 12th marks. And because these new rules have been applied to all the students, the expectation is that it will be fair to all.
Yeah, okay. Let's hope students are satisfied and they're able to get the courses of their choice.
Yes.
Uh, Professor Singh, what is the admission process that you traditionally follow at IITD?
In IIIT, basically we have 7 UG courses for which we take admissions. And out of them, the BTech in CSE, BTech in ECE, BTech in CS and Maths, BTech in CS and Biology, and BTech in CS and AI. That is the 5 branches. These are completely from the marks from your rank obtained in the JEE exam, JEE mains. There is a eligibility criteria of scoring 70% marks in aggregate for 5 subjects in the 12th, and math you should be also 70%. So that's a qualifying criteria, eligibility criteria. For all those who are eligible, they have to give JEE, and then from the JEE, the ranking, what the JAC, because we take our student admission through the JAC, Joint Admission Council. So whatever is your JAC rank, on that basis, you will get an admission to these 5 programs.
Yeah, but this
Uh,
year the JEE also got cancelled and postponed.
yeah, so
So
hopefully the JEE mains will happen in August 2 is what the date is given. So we are obviously relying on the fact that JEE happens, and then it will not be sufficient only for mains to happen. Advance also need to happen. IITs must also conduct their counseling. Then only we conduct our counseling. So there may be a delay, but we believe that these exams will happen. So the exams will not be cancelled anymore.
what is the likely timeline the universities are looking at?
So I will come to the timeline. I will just complete on the other 2 UG programs. So the other 2 UG programs that we have is called CS and Design and CS and Social Sciences. I would like to emphasize that these are slightly interesting programs because in CS and Design, only half of the seats come through JEE, other half comes through UCED ranking, the undergraduate exam for design. The 70% eligibility still holds even in the CS and Design. Now CSSS is even more interesting. Here, half of the seats will come from JEE, but the other half you can just apply based on your 12th marks. And these other half are reserved for people who do not have physics and chemistry in their 12th. So I think this is a fact I want to emphasize, that IIIT is probably the only, I will not say it for sure, there may be other institutes, but we are definitely among the very few ones where students who do not have the so-called science stream, which is usually physics, chemistry, math, they can also apply for a BTech program. They need to have a math in 12th, but they need not to have physics and chemistry. So they may be candidate having math in 12th and with, let's say, economics, etc. And they can all apply based on their 12th marks.
This is very,
Uh,
very interesting and helpful for students. Yeah.
yes.
Another thing here, so now you're saying you solely rely on the class 12th marks for these courses. So is there no entrance and no interview after that?
No, so there is no entrance. There is a IIIT Delhi admission process, because IIIT Delhi also provides some bonus marks for, if you are participated in Olympiad and have scored high ranking, if you have participated in some selected sports and you have obtained a certain level, then there are some extra marks. So using all that, a merit list is created, but there is no entrance exam beyond this. Yeah.
Okay, okay. This is good news for students.
Yeah. So coming to the timeline, frankly speaking, we also do not know, because there are many variables. There is a JEE mains date is announced, but advanced date is not yet announced. Then after advanced, there will be IITs will do their counseling. And usually the JAC happens after IIT, because so that to exclude the possibility of students leaving for IITs. And so these are the variables. Hopefully, I think that's purely my guesswork. 15 September is very optimistic. 1st October looks likely, but it can get as delayed as November or December. You never know what is the
Oh, and then
situation.
when would the sessions begin in that case?
So in IIIT, we will try to start as soon as admissions happen. And our attempt would be to cover this loss during the summer vacation time. So possibly people will have slightly lesser duration of vacation. But last time also we planned like that, but then Corona second wave hit. So there are many variables. Cannot say anything for sure.
Let's hope for the sake of the students that the academic cycle goes as planned.
Yes. So
Because
one thing that I can say is that in IIIT, the academic sessions, once the admission were done, have run very smoothly. So the students who are planning for IIIT, they can be assured that whatever uncertainty happens till the admission. After that, everything is systematic and in place with times, and everything is well organized. Yeah.
Professor, with the pandemic disrupting schools and colleges, how are you going to conduct classes once the session begins?
So the classes, as long as there is a risk of Corona, will continue to be held in the online mode. And for that, we have made sure that all our instructors have devices which are very useful in online mode. For example, laptops on which you can write on the screen, etc. We have worked with the agencies like Zoom, Microsoft Team, etc. We have licenses for them. Instructors have their own preferences, but Institute has enabled them to have different solutions, whether Google Meet or Zoom or Team for some people. So they have that choices. So they have full support of the administration in conducting online classes. Similarly, TAs have been provided with special devices to mark the answer sheets, etc. And then we manage it as per the students, that that their load is not too much, screen time is as much we can optimize. Obviously, not everything can be achieved. Our emphasis is that we try to provide as normal an environment to the student as possible, and have very less number of disruption. Actually, there was no disruption at all in the online learning in last 1 year. So we are hoping that once we start, then students know that everything will be smooth.
Also, Professor Pushpendra, are there any scholarships that the institute offers for students applying under the UG program?
Yes, there are scholarships, and there is support available from Delhi government also for students. Some of the students, especially applying in the EWS categories. So they have the options of support. There are some schemes also from IIIT Delhi. Our founding director has a scheme where students from EWS may receive a laptop, etc., for their studies.
It's only for the EWS students, not based on merit?
No, it is for EWS students. It is based on economic criteria, not on your entrance exam. I am not very sure. I think there was some also for high scoring in the JEE that used to be there, but I think now mainly it is on the basis of economic section. However, once you have taken admission, then there are opportunities for students to partly become a TA with an instructor or partly become an RA with an instructor, and that can help them earning some money, and that is usually merit based. I mean,
I think that's a very good way to support the students.
yes.
Yeah. And Professor, so another thing, the biggest dilemma for a youngster who has just passed out of school is now the selection of the course versus selection of the college. So what would be your advice to them?
I would say that it has to be a mixture, because
Okay.
no matter how passionate about you about a particular course, if the college is at least not a reasonable one, then in the worst case, even your passion may suffer. Okay. So I think both things are important. Given a college, you should choose your passion. You should choose for the course that you want to do. And similarly, you should not ideally be just, follow the crowd. So if you are a good, let's take an example that if you are a very good person in design and you are good enough to also get admission in, let's say, AI, which is the current, trend, everything is AI and ML and machine learning, so on.
Yeah.
But if you are good and you are passionate about design and you are getting in both, then you should choose design. There is no way where the crowd is going is the right way. So in a longer run, obviously, passion definitely takes over the other social constructs which may define your choice today. So if you have the choice, go with the passion. If you don't have the choice, stay close to your passion. But yeah, don't completely compromise on college. Don't say that, okay, because, colleges do play a role, and good colleges usually provide you a better platform to nurture your own passion. And I think you should also try to choose colleges which are flexible. I mean, something like IIT Delhi is, where a student kind of decide their one half of curriculum themselves through electives. So our core courses end in second year, and then last 2 years are pretty much on the student. There are still many ifs and buts, so I will not give a blank check. So there are lots of conditions that you have to satisfy, but still there is a lot of flexibility in the system, so that allows you to pursue different directions. So
To sum it up, one should go for passion, but colleges at the same time don't absolutely overlook that fact.
yeah,
So good college will
matters.
will have to be considered to really matter. Yes.
Yes.
So, Professor, coming to that, before I end it, my last question to you. So, interviews play a major role in college admission process these days. So, what would be your advice to a student who has reached the final stage?
In IIIT, basically, we don't have an interview of the student. It is primarily on the merit that you have got in the JAC. On that, the admission is done. The interviews, etc., happen at the PG and PhD level. At UG level, it is primarily based on your marks, and then you get the admission. Otherwise, in general, I would say, like from learning from my PG students, that in the interview, you should present what you know and with confidence and passion. And that counts more than even the things which you don't know. If you don't know something, just say you don't know, because there's nobody who knows everything. And that
Don't try to
honesty,
fake it.
yeah, yes, that honesty is very much admired. And no matter how smart you believe you are, the people who are interviewing you are usually smarter than you, and they have themselves been a student, so they also know what you may. So just be honest, be confident, and go with what you really want to do. Yeah.
Yes, I think these are very, very useful tips coming from you, Professor Singh. And I hope students have taken a note of these, and it will help them to find not just the college of their choice, but also the subject of their choice.
Yeah.
So, with that, I think we wish all the students the very best to get into the courses that they so desire. Thank you, Professor, for speaking to us.
Thank you. It was a pleasure. Thank you.